Good evening. Good evening. This is another Lessons with Larry, episode 22. Today we have distinguished guests, Mr. Calvin Clemens and
All
Mr.
right, all
Louis,
right.
Mr. Leon Louis. And you have Larry Lott. Today here with Lessons with Larry, we're gonna discuss the subject: why do we use the N word so frequently, and how does it benefit us? You know. And then we like to also, thank Out of the Mud Media, LLC for having us, for hosting the show. And so that's what our subject is tonight. You know, why do we use the N word so frequently, and how does it benefit us? So we want to know, is there any benefits to the word, and why is it so easy for us to use? And why do it mean so much to us? Because it got to mean something to us because we hold on to it. It ain't nothing we want to let go. It's all cemented in our music. It's cemented in everyday conversation. So we need to discuss this thing. Let's look at the word. Let's just look at the word and see what we can get out of it. Because we might, for those that use it, you may not, you may want to stop using it, and then who knows? For those that don't use it, we may come up with some reasons why you should use it. I ain't saying good luck with that one, but strange things can happen. So, yeah, Mr. Clemens and Mr. Louis, what y'all had to say about that? I mean, how would y'all like to chime in?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Oh,
go
Cal.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
okay.
brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. For me, I'm on that side where I think that's a word we need to bury.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think if we, with any word we talk about etymology, we go back to the origin of the word, how we got the word. It was always derogatory.
Hmm.
And of course, I've heard I guess the argument, quote unquote, that people use is, well, it's not the it's the
It's the A.
So yes, the A. So so the A is what we would use in our contact as a term of endearment. I guess as opposed to say kind of like my homie or whatever.
Okay.
But I've always even said this: if you had a Caucasian person come up to you and say, "What's up, my Nick?" He's still gonna get that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't gonna be a term of endearment from him. So it can't be a term of endearment only for us.
Right. I
The
agree.
word mean what it means. And so what I'm saying, I just think for us as a people, it's been used derogatory in a negative way. And that's not something we need to pick up and try to change it from what it really is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's valuable. Some valuable information. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the way you look at that, and the way you broke it down, it makes a lot of sense. What about you, Mr. Clemens?
I
How you?
think that I think the word coming from a black origin, from a soul power perspective. I mean, I come from a solid soul power background in music, the soundtrack of growing up. When black was important. But I'm saying as I moved into the late
Hold on, hold on,
'70s.
hold on. Excuse me. You say when black was important, and you say the music. What type of music are you referring to?
I'm referring to the movie, the Black Power era. It's the Soul Child, the Stevie Wonders, the Curtis Mayfield, the Isley Brothers, James Brown. The rebel. When being everything coming from is when the people show all these king speeches and get people getting German shepherds sicked on them, and you don't reference that to word nigga. You know what I'm saying? You reference, as black people, we don't want to reference that word. That was a degrading situation, to say that. And when we was fighting for what we wanted, I think when we got a piece of freedom and became halfway free and halfway accepted in this country. We got comfortable. That legacy, those Rosa Parks of the world, those people that put the real work in to get us where we could be in the same room with these peoples, and that's when we got comfortable and lax and disrespecting each other and using the word nigga. And we feel like a lot of us felt like I felt this as well when I got into like the ninth, 10th grade. You'd be like, my nigga, as a term of endearment. Be like, that's cool, but as long as you don't call me a nigger with the ER on it. and I was like a found that offended. But as I got older, both of them are the same term, and they mean the same thing to the oppressor. So that's be when I became conscious in yourself, brought it to my conscious. You want to, and you came and said, cuz, I don't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, player. You know, but but at the same time, I have to respect your mindset because I was one of the ones that encouraged you to move and respect the power for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I have to
Yeah.
look at myself as one of the people that use the word pretty regular and get out of content with it by adding an A on it. And it's
Okay.
the same. And when you say it with the ER on it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the oppressor feel okay. He feel like if he slide up under us, and he like cool, cool, cool. He'd be like, yeah, nigga, I'm just hold on. You ready to kill him, but one of us can do it, and we're okay with it.
Yeah.
So I think putting this information out there today, Mr. L, I think that it'll open it up. It'll open this wound up, and maybe we can get some cure on it. Bandage it up, and we can change our ways.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I was just having been thinking today, and I know this conversation has been long overdue. You know what I mean? Because you hear people use it so much to where you be like, hold on, man, this ain't right. Because you don't hear nobody else addressing themselves or addressing nobody that they supposed to care about with derogatory terms like
Right,
we do.
right,
You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that we do in society that other people don't do. You know what I mean? And it makes us stand out. It makes us different. It makes people view us different. You know what I mean? So I think that putting that word to rest or stop addressing each other as that, then you can start seeing people for who they truly are. You know what I mean? In terms of if I'm looking at you and I'm calling you a N, and I'm looking you dead in your eyes, but I'm calling you an N, and I'm telling you this is a term of endearment. Now, there's plenty other words in the English vocabulary that you can come up with that can be used as euphemism instead of using that word. You
fact.
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I think like today, what we say, bro.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Even on some, we use homie or whatever. Like you said, there's so many other words that we can use that don't carry no type of derogatory. You know what I'm saying? It's not included within that word that we use.
But check it out. We need to go get off third base and go back to first base
Yeah, yeah.
and go back to ain't nothing wrong with calling a person by their name.
How
Facts,
about that? That part.
You know what I'm saying? That
facts.
that's what they came in the world. That's whoever brought them in the world. That's what they wanted to be. They wanted them to be identified and addressed as.
Right.
So why not say their names? And it's more personable. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody say like one of my other pet peeves is when a grown man say, "Oh yeah, that's my boy." Well, that can take on a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't even
Right,
sound
right,
right.
right, right.
Because a man takes offense to being called a
A
boy
boy, right,
because a
Mm-hmm.
boy is a mentality.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And a man know he been beyond that. So don't bring me back to that which I'm beyond.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I think that if we took the time to like I met you today, brother Leon, you understand me? And I took the time. If I was calling you, hey, what up, man?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
smiling, but I'm greeting you. I don't mean no harm, but I'm saying, hey, what up, my man? Watch
Right,
move.
right, right,
Now, the next time I see you, I got to see you as my end. I never think to see you as Leon because I never used your name to begin
right,
with.
right, right.
And then, okay, that's cool for people living in different worlds because we do have different worlds and different things going on in people's lives. So some people don't like their name out there. But if you got to hide and you don't need your name, then you need to probably
Switch up
yeah,
something
you
anyway.
need to change your occupations or
Right,
something.
right, right,
If you can't use your
right,
name,
right, right.
you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
But nevertheless, some people don't like to be addressed as their as their name, as their birthright name. They call it the government, but you can't call it your government because the government didn't name you.
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
So but your birthright name, and people need to get back to using that, and that's a show of respect because the next time if I see you today, I say, hey Leon, nice meeting you. Watch whoop. I introduce myself, and then the next time I see you, say I see you 6 months from now, and I say, hey Leon, what's happening? Now that means all this time I had to remember you.
Right,
You see
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Remember your name.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
that shows way more respect
yeah.
than me having to use the word "in" towards
Because it becomes a part of your identity.
you. Right.
And so, like you say, if I'm addressing you with the N word, then I'm identifying you as that, and then whatever comes
With
along
that,
with that word.
right?
You see what I'm
You
saying?
saying I'm
And
all of that?
yeah, you all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it, again, it carries something, and you really can't get away from what the origin of the word is.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You just can't do it.
I like to also say for those that like to cover it up and say, um, yeah, well, it ain't that bad. I don't mean it like that, and this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. But if you take a pile of feces and you spray some cologne over it, it's still a pile of feces.
Right.
When you get beneath it. So if you take a word that was never meant to empower you,
Hmm.
that was only meant to make you feel inferior,
Right.
and then I say, because I'm calling you this, then I'm softening the blow from where it originally came from. Why I just can't come up with a whole nother word like your name, and it's more personable,
Right. Right.
and it's less offensive.
Mhm.
And then for older people who still going by nicknames, that's a sign of immaturity.
Yeah.
How you in your 30s running around talking about your name, Tech Nine, or AK?
Right. Right. Right.
You in your 40s, I'm
Yeah.
crime dog. I'm him. What? I'm just call me a battle cat or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm just saying,
Hmm.
hold on, man. You old enough to have a name now
Right.
by now.
Right.
What do you
Right.
think?
Right.
You should be back in your original state of mind or trying to.
But that's the thing, man. Environment. We was talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Off camera,
Yeah,
just how important the environment is, because the environment is just like a field. You know what I'm saying? Where you grow your vegetables, your fruit, and all that. And
a
so all
garden.
that's being put in a person, that's what they end up growing up being. You know what I'm saying? And even when they older, 60 years old, if they still got that same mindset,
Mentality.
yeah, it ain't gonna matter that they age has you know what I'm saying, but they haven't matured into real manhood.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Well,
right.
you got good gardens and you got bad gardens.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I say, some of this terminology, the niggas, I like to say for those that use it as a term endearment, and some of these ebonics, or you want to call it, like in the black communication when the underground communication using these slides. That's basically what this while these things come from, these side words. I'm hip and uh, you know square business. All these terminologies that we use in the
Feel
set.
me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We use this as ebonics as our way of communicating by talking around master. You know what I'm saying? We trying to talk around him, let him know what we communicate about. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think with the word niggas or nigga, it's got out of character in these movies. You know what I'm saying? These movies start Superfly, all these gangster movies start using the word itself. You know what I'm saying? Stick yourself, nigga. It's pretty Tony. And you know, and
You made it sound so gangster, did you? That was
no,
really probably about the introduction of it.
Right,
During
right.
the time
but I'm saying
Yeah,
it.
in the
yeah.
70s,
But
because
I'm
the
Right.
saying the
60s, it was all
baton was
set
picked
down
up.
like,
You
hmm,
know, and it took off, and people chose it. The entertainers, particularly the rappers, the rap world, took it on, and the generation took it on. It's been an infection ever since it happened, and it's a disrespectful setting when you look at it. When you get yourself together, you look at some of the things that we say and do to each other, and when you come conscious, you be like, wow, wow, whoa, whoa, wow, wow. And see, L, you very conscious. You know what I'm saying? You can see clear. You know, you can see real far, and you see, hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? You check me. I'm like, okay, I feel you. I had to go back, and check myself. You know what I'm saying? But speaking for some of the people that have using it and used it as a term of endearment, I can see where they got, misled and off course. And I think that the more that you talk about things like this and give oxygen to this, I think that we can turn this back around. You know what I'm saying? And get the people speaking positive about who we are and calling us by we are our name. Our first name addresses who we are, and let that old spirit go. You know what I'm saying? So.
I think that it's
That's
imperative that we start speaking power into each other's lives. You
right.
know what I mean? Start speaking power into each other's lives. Word using empowerment words, but not so much as just use them because they sound good or use them to make a first person feel good, but use them because this is what you really want to see this person have. You know,
It,
you want them to be empowered.
using the words to help build the
Yeah,
life.
to build.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like the word become the stones to like this building we in. They had the stone brick by brick. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Led. And so even when we dealing with our children, or even just not our personal children, maybe even in the community, is using those words like bricks to stack to help build that life so that it's being aimed in the right direction so that they not feeling like we was even saying earlier, like I'm this N word.
right,
And you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And then when
Because
they had that image of that N word, this is what they grow up and they want to be that.
yeah, and like sometimes, like even, and I agree with you. Even when some of the younger people, I ain't gonna say younger people, but some people during our generation, then heard, "Oh, little Ian, go sit your ass down. Go sit your ass down. Ian, you ain't gonna be nothing just like your dad. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
whatever, whatever, whatever." But them, that's not speaking power into to ourselves and to the children. That can mess up a person's self esteem, confidence, and everything. But you putting
Mhm.
this in your children's mind, and we are supposed to really be an example, a walking example of what we want them to become.
Right.
That's
Once you
right.
reach, when
Right.
you reach a certain age, you're supposed to be a walking example of what you would like to see them become. And we can't say, "Oh man, I ain't got no kids, man. Ain't nobody watching me." You're lying because I can sit here and ask all three of us on this panel. I can say, "Hey, can you think of anybody who you looked at in a positive light, but you watched them and they didn't even know you was watching them, but they always walked positive. And although you was watching them and they may not have known, but they would set an example and they don't even know that I was paying attention to them and learning from them.
Yeah.
We all got somebody.
Exactly.
It could be
Yeah.
a neighbor. It could
Yeah.
be somebody you never even really you might spoke to and maybe did not even spoke to before, but you just been watching.
Right.
You know,
But and then it's the flip side of that. It's cats we watch growing up, the OGs. You know what I mean? That wasn't on that positive.
right
You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot that we picked up. Like they
from them
say,
too.
more is caught than taught.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
there was a lot of things we just watched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it shaped us.
Yeah.
It built us up. You know
Right.
what I
And
mean?
then we have to come back and say, okay, I picked this up. This was good.
Yeah.
But I also picked up some bad things along the way and let it go.
Right.
When you recognize or identify something as not not being not being righteous. You're not just saying we all like me and brother was talking on
Yeah.
camera. And I told you we didn't talked about this too, Calvin. Um, it ain't about being righteous because ain't nobody gonna be holier than thou. Ain't nobody they can pretend, but they not gonna be. It's just you can't be that, but you can always aspire to be better than you was the day before.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I
Mhm.
mean? On a personal level. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can always look at yourself and say, "Man, I was tripping. Hold on, but let me make sure I don't trip no more."
Right. Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. Right.
you can always say, "Man, it didn't hurt me to say something positive to this person."
Yeah.
When my mind was telling me to say something while I'm blazing them, I benefit because I get a chance to laugh at them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And we have to really check our own hearts, man. You know what I'm saying? And when we want better for ourselves, that means we have to do better. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't want better for yourself, but you ain't changed nothing about yourself.
Right. You're
You know what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you ain't gonna have it until you
Yeah,
change something. You know
right.
what I
This is what
mean?
I'm saying.
They say
So
if
you have people saying, "Man, I could dream of a day when we can get ourselves together and our people come together and watch woo." But you ain't did nothing to change yourself. It ain't. It starts with you.
facts, man. My wife always say this: if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Hmm.
If
That's
nothing
yeah.
changes,
Nothing
nothing
changes.
changes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It don't matter how much you dream until you wake up and put your hand to it and put your feet to it. You just gonna be
It's just
dreaming.
a dream. It ain't nothing
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
because the dream gotta have some juice. It's gotta have some action.
Yeah.
You
It
Right.
gotta
gotta
have some
put. You
energy
gotta.
behind.
You got yes, sir. You gotta put something behind on it. It's like a railway. You gotta put something on it, brother.
It.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Yeah. Thanks. Well,
it,
you
you
lose.
know, before you can obtain it. That's true. It's
Yeah.
knowledge there. And
Yeah.
think that I think what you're saying there, me myself, I've learned from being a parent, and and you get popular. Sometimes you get popular for the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Negative. Negative gets you real
Come on,
popular. You know
man.
what I'm
What?
saying?
Come
Negative can
on,
get you real
Yeah,
popular. And
man.
when you grow up, you look back, and you be like, dang, I let somebody else control me.
Set me off.
yeah,
Go,
yeah,
go,
yeah.
puppet master me. You
Right, right.
did.
Yeah, strings
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
I was a puppet in my own life and didn't know it. They was encouraged to, they pushing you this stigma on you, and you know,
right,
you in the, and you find out you get down the road, just all this has been a whole bunch of hell you've been living. You be like, you can't be mad at them. You the one
right.
took the part. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do, I think that what we need, what you're saying, Larry, I think that what we need to do as the listeners out there
So
that's in position,
yeah,
we
and
yeah.
got to
elders
educate those
in the community.
kids.
Right, right.
We are elders in this community. You know that.
Oh yeah, we got to change the kids. Bro. We got to do the kids right, and we got to treat the kids right and teach the kids right,
Yep.
and treat them care about themselves, and each other. And that's the problem with the world. We everybody is so at odds. We see each other, and we can look at each other for 3-4 minutes, and we call it marketing. What you market me for? You know, it's bad when you can look at somebody that look like you and ain't that been through the same struggle you've been, and you instantly get angry and ready to do something to them.
That's that self hatred, though.
Yeah, that's self hatred.
And you ain't gonna do nothing that somebody don't look nothing like you. You
Right,
ain't gonna do not a thing.
right.
This is true. Ain't
Yeah.
gonna challenge. Ain't gonna throw a brick at the White House.
You ain't what? You ain't gonna hide your hand
Boy,
because
I
you
ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do nothing like
ain't do
that.
nothing
Oh, master, they'll put the
but, ain't do nothing
popos
but,
on me.
ain't do nothing but be a witness to tell them who did it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we have to really, we laugh about this, and but it's really a serious matter, and we have to really check ourselves and pay attention to what roll off the tip of your tongue.
Yeah,
Pay attention to what come off, and you know what? If you, for those that do use it, because I'm a former user of that word. It's been years and years. It's been years.
right,
I'm a
right,
former
right.
user. You know what I mean. I've been totally against it. I've been waging a one man campaign against it, but it's only way when somebody's talking to me directly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And if
yeah.
they introduce that word into the conversation, I'll just be like, hey, I don't really subscribe to that. And if you really want me to pay attention to what you're saying, if you would
You're gonna
find
have to
something else
chill
to
on
say.
that.
Any other word, cool.
Yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
what else you say. You got my full undivided attention.
Right,
But if
right.
we keep mentioning that word, I know how strong my subconscious is. Now yours,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's subconscious absorb what it takes. So if you keep feeding my subconscious that word, eventually I might pick it back up and start
Yeah,
slanging it
yeah.
around like you slang.
Right,
So
right.
no, what I'm gonna do, I'm either gonna, if you respect me enough, I've had brothers who really call themselves making valid points, and it was cool. But then until I made a point, and I said like this, I said, okay, brother, I said, well, and you ain't gotta call me brother. You can just call me Larry. If you can't think
Yeah.
of nothing else, Larry. That'll
Right,
do
right.
just fine. You will have my full divided attention. But I say, like, look here, if you met President Obama, former President Obama, you ain't never seen this man in real life, in your life. You not to shake his hand, not to say hello, not to speak. He don't even know you exist on this planet. Now, when you meet him and you can take the hardcore gangster or whatever, he going, yeah, yes, sir. We
Right,
gonna
right,
come to
right,
him like he
right.
got some type of sense and some type of
Respect.
like he's supposed to be,
Right.
communicating with him. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how he gonna come to him. But here it is. You come and you address me as an end, and you can't even show me enough respect, but you gonna respect this other man. So I'm automatically insulted
Yeah, yeah.
because why do you feel like he's more important than me when you didn't you won't address him like that, but you address me like that, and when I tell you I really don't like being addressed like that, and then in a non-offensive way, you still make it your business to cop an attitude because I don't want to be called that. You
Right,
don't want
right,
to be
right.
told what to do, and you don't I don't want to be called that though. You know what I mean? So it's all about respecting yourself and having respect for others. You know what I mean? And yeah, and for those who might just be chiming in, the subject is, why do we use the N word so frequently, and what is the what does it benefit us? How does it benefit us? Show me how it benefits us, and I'll be back on it. I'll be back using it right now. If you can call in,
Right.
you can call in the number 248-820-5053. you can call in and perhaps you can tell me you can tell me why how we can benefit from using this word, and then maybe it'll change my mind, change my position. Because I ain't just I'm like that blade of grass. I ain't like that 100-year-old oak tree. The whole old oak tree is gonna stand stiff when the wind come, and then when that cyclone come through there, or tornado, it's gonna snap it in half because it couldn't bend. That blade of grass is gonna lay down when that
Yeah,
thing comes, and as soon as the sun pop back up, it's gonna stand back up. So yeah, I'm like that blade of grass. I change if I need to. If you can show me a legitimate way why I should, then I'm with it for real.
Yeah. If you can make it make sense,
That's all.
then you know what I'm
I can
saying?
save myself. I
Yeah.
don't need you. I don't need you to save me, brother.
Right, right,
If
right.
you can tell me something that makes sense, guess what? I can save myself.
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? I can
right.
save me. I ain't gotta save the world. I can save me. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
By me saving me, guess what? I just made it lot better for everybody else.
Right, right.
Now if we
Because now
all
you
can.
can carry that.
If listen, I made it a lot better because I'm not being the worst person that I could
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
being the best person I
Right,
could be. Now,
right.
if all of us took that position, our reality would change
Right, right,
in the blink of an eye.
right.
You know what I'm saying? People would be seriously against that because a lot would change.
That's
But
facts.
as long as we don't hold, if we choose not to hold ourselves accountable, then anything goes.
Yeah.
And you gotta have some wherever you don't have no type of laws, you can't expect to have no order.
Right, right, right.
exactly.
And the law should be, don't use that N word because it's never meant well and it don't mean well.
Right.
You know, you know,
It's great.
it,
It's
it,
a great. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. I'm in agreement with you on that. And I as an older man myself have used that word, and and it's a bad deal, and I need to work on it in myself. I'm the first to admit that today is a new day, and I just want to get it out of my system. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Nigga,
say it then.
nigga. I'm just gonna get it out there because I'm looking for change. I'm gonna get these my last niggas. You know. This is it, nigga. I ain't gonna nigga no more. Nigga, I'm gonna change. Nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Say that's what it is. That's what you don't get it on out now, cuz I,
I'm getting it out, baby. I'm getting it out, but like your mama said, I'm being rebuked. I'll get this nigga
he
out me,
rebuke you. Yeah, rebuke it about you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make sure you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing because when any of us can do something that could that can help any of us become better. You know what I
right.
mean? That we moving in the right direction.
Right.
And that's what we need more of. You know what I mean? Like I say, I come up here and talk about the various subjects that I do on Lessons with Larry. But I'd rather show a person how to live. You gonna die on your own. I ain't gotta show you how to die. I ain't gotta show you what you can do to die. You going we all checking up out this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, we got to
You know,
be.
and
There,
so,
what you just said, so you said show.
yeah,
So you think about anything from these mics or whatever that you have to build, what it come with a picture
right.
to
Instructions.
instructions, an image to show you what it should look like when you're done. It come with the tools or the screws and the bolts and things like that. And I think a lot of times within our community, we just don't have enough models. You know
We
what I'm
don't.
saying?
It's a shortage
Men,
of them.
yeah, it's a shortage of them.
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
that's where we take a stand.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
time for
yeah,
us to stand up.
yeah, yeah. And I agree.
No, check it out because
Yeah,
see, once upon a time we could hide behind the people that came before us.
right, right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying? We say,
right.
oh, they ain't. It's really on them.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are our peers. We ain't. They
Hmm.
supposed to be showing us.
Right, right,
But then eventually, when you keep going to sleep and waking up, the people that came before you, they done already transitioned into whatever comes after this.
right, right, right,
Now it's your turn to stand up. We see what the issue is. Okay, what can we do to make it better? Well, we can stop looking at each other in a derogatory way. We can stop addressing each other. We can start addressing each other with the same amount of respect that we want to receive from people.
right,
If
right,
you if you you know if you can ask for it or expect it, then you should be able to give it. Because one thing you should never do is expect something to be given to you when you ain't
You ain't
gave
willing to
nothing for
give
it.
it.
You ain't
Yeah,
you ain't
yeah,
gave
yeah.
nothing for it.
Right,
Yeah, you
right, right.
expecting something for free.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
transaction.
It's yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say so. Can you hit that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, because
I'm
like I
saying.
said, it's us. I know I've made a change in my life in trying to redirect myself and take my mistakes and pivoted moves and make preventative moves for my grands and my children. You know, you don't got to go where I've been. I already give you. You know, I've been there. I can tell you that there's a hole in the street around the corner because I've been in the hole. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to go that way. It's a detour. I can give you a deep detour in life about some of these situations in this life of travel you're about to take on. You know, and that's what we need to do. We need to talk to the young and educate our loved ones and those that affiliated get the message from us, the grandparents, the parents, and pass it on to the classmates because we need to go into these schools and these children at a young fragile age that they can learn how to talk about I'm riding with my I got switches on my stick. You know what I'm saying? You can learn how to respect the peoples in the same classroom that look like you, even the ones that don't look like you.
Right, right. And I
Yeah.
figure once we learn to respect ourselves, it make it easier for us to because we know how to respect. You know what I'm saying? I say it's funny to me because if you ever, and then people talk about our children, in such a oh they so disrespectful, they this, they that, they walk around this, like that. But what they fail to realize is them children are very respectful. Very. And I
Yeah.
mean, for real, hold on. I'm talking any of the kids you might hear cussing going down the street or, just acting like they just so disrespectful. They are very respectful. And I can prove this to anyone who have any time. All you have to do is go down to their courthouse and watch how they talking to them in front of the
To the
judge and
judge.
all them.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
are you?
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
Your
yeah.
Honor.
Huh? Do you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah,
Do you hear me?
yeah,
Oh, yes, indeed.
yeah,
You'll be like, what the man? You should be on the honor roll the way you talking.
yeah,
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? But and
yeah,
that's sad because
yeah.
see, if he would have been demonstrating that type of behavior, he would have never. Chances are he probably would have never made it
Yeah,
down there in
been in
front
that
of the judge
situation,
to
right?
show all that respect to the judge, but you can't show that respect to your community and your elders. You know what I'm saying? But then the elders had to be elders. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Be an elder. Ain't
yeah,
man, look, I ain't no need to hide no gray. Matter of fact, because like the way I seen everything I seen since life been lifing for me. You know what I mean? Everybody that I done seen had black hair. Some people was born with gray hair, but very few. But
right,
everybody don't get a chance to get gray hair.
right.
You know what I'm
People
saying?
don't.
Because I know a lot of
Short
people
lives out here.
not one string because they never lived long enough to see that string. So if we here, why wouldn't I want to embrace that? And so the young man that's coming up behind me, to think he don't see nobody with gray hair because everybody got their joint dyed, they trying to play like they
Hmm.
young. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Then he
right,
say, man, I want to be like that when I get old. When I get older, I want to carry myself like that. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
And the children these days, they ain't no fool. They watch you more when you ain't looking at them than actually when you think you look. They watching you when you don't even know they watching. You know what I mean? And if they because they looking for inconsistencies.
Hmm.
And if you don't
Yeah,
show them no inconsistencies, guess what? You got their respect.
right. Because that's authentic.
You got their
That
respect.
that's
They respect
real.
it. They no
Yeah,
cap, as they
yeah.
say.
No
No
cap.
cap.
Yeah,
He ain't
yeah,
lying.
yeah,
He
yeah.
that for real.
He that for
He
real.
walked that
Yeah,
way for real. You know
yep.
what I mean? It's same with I try not to get on a couple subjects I really don't like embarking upon. The one is religion, because for me, and I'm not an atheist. I do believe in God,
Right,
believe that,
right,
but I
right.
just don't like discussing it because, for one, I think that it's being used to keep us separated. You know what I mean? I don't see it bringing us together unless you want to be what I am. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a Christian, yeah, you can come together if you're a Christian. But if you're a Muslim and I'm a Christian, then I'm scared that you might put your Muslim on me, or you scared I
See,
might put my Christian on you. You know what I'm saying? So I try to
and I think even with that, you got to have a certain level of maturity
right,
to be
yeah,
able
to
to do that.
respect
Be,
everybody's.
be,
Man, whatever make you better, I don't care. But one thing, but what I was gonna say is what I was alluding to was this: if I should be able to tell who you are and who you follow based upon your actions. Not
oh,
when I
facts.
should be able to
Yeah,
say, oh yeah,
yeah,
that's one of Muhammad men's.
yeah,
Yeah, he following Jesus.
yeah,
Oh, she following Buddha.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just solely based on actions. She ain't nobody said what they were. So the same with us, being the gentlemen that we need to be, the examples that we need to be as older men. You know what I mean? It's up to us to do the same thing. You know, to
Right,
walk
right,
that walk. You
right,
know, don't just talk
right,
it, but walk it.
right.
You know,
Yep.
and then don't worry about when nobody looking. Worry about what you're doing when ain't nobody looking, or when you think no ain't nobody looking. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's the real you.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
that's
true.
that's the
That's when
real
you.
you in the
That's the real
dark.
measure. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
That's how
in the
you
dark.
measure the true
Yeah,
character of a man.
right,
You know,
absolutely.
not what he do when somebody looking or he
Yeah,
know somebody watching. What is
yeah,
he gonna do when he think ain't nobody watching?
right, right.
You
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
And that's when the grade count.
yeah, exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. You know, but yeah, so it's been man, real nice. Having this opportunity to address this subject. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And brother Leon. You know
yeah,
what I'm
no
saying?
doubt, Big
Man, I
Larry.
appreciate you. You
No
know what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no
For real.
doubt. Yeah,
Straight
for
up.
sure.
And brother Calvin. That's my baby. You know what I mean? For real.
For
That's
life.
that's fam. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. And I'm just glad that we really had a chance to address this, man. I know that this one time is not really enough, you know what I mean? Because, sometimes you have to check back on things.
Right.
Now you said the N word a bunch of times, cause just to get it off
Yeah.
your chest. You said
Yeah.
it today, you know what I mean?
And to
So I'm
get
like,
it on out.
yeah, I had to check back with you a couple weeks and see how's they coming along.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know.
want to do no backslide, you know.
I'm gonna tell you, cause hold on. See,
Oh, I
see,
know.
I think
Oh,
you
I
using the
know who
word
you
a little
is.
more
I know.
now.
I know you ain't got no problem with telling me. Your mama told me.
Yeah, see, mama told you. Yeah. Hey, what's so crazy? Because it's funny to me because when it comes to the N word, I don't discriminate. So I done had people who felt like, man, who he think he telling me, but I'm never saying it in an offensive manner. I'm only saying this if you want me to continue paying attention because you're gonna lose me during this conversation if you continue to use that word. Now I done had people uh look at me like, but they say, okay, yeah, you're right, you know what I'm saying? But then they'll get some other people around me that they know to use it and then let that person get to talking to me just to see if I'm gonna say something to this person too, which I will. I ain't got no problem. Hey, if you want me to pay attention to what you're saying, bro, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your name is, I'll say the name. Then that's that word. You can't keep introducing me to that word,
Right.
because I don't want to pick it back up. You know what I mean? So yeah, we are creatures of habit. You
Right.
know,
As of tonight, I'm in the N-word recovery.
word recovery 12 steps. You hear me? Yeah.
Process got to begin somewhere, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got to start somewhere though. The
Yeah.
journey of a mile start with the first step.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we had to really, we definitely had to step towards doing what's right, man, and set an example for these children, man, because they paying attention. And if you set the right example, you may not even need to do all that. Think you force feeding them to stop doing this and stop doing that. A lot of times, we have to stop and look at what we doing to see what they doing. You know what I mean? For real. So that's something that I always speak on. Because I am real serious about our youth. That's my passion. I'm serious about our youth because that's us. Whether if you like it or not, that is us. They represent us. You know what I'm saying? If they go somewhere before you get there, their behavior gonna resonate. That's what they're gonna. The people they're gonna expect for you to be behaving just like them, and vice versa. If we go somewhere, they expecting for our kids to behave like we behave. You know, and we had to
They
hold
use
our.
that in reference to who they are. And when you talk to these people and you see them on television, these young folks, these athletes, these stars, when they get to these levels, these kids, this young lady, I can't remember her name, graduated at 16 years old with a master's
Mm,
degree.
wow.
Can't think of her name yet, but me and my wife was talking about her the other day. I'm just saying that
I wish you
we,
knew it because
Right.
I wish you
16.
knew it because it definitely deserved to be mentioned. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? For
I
real,
can't
because
remember
that's
her.
that's something. I
Yeah,
promote smart stuff when it comes to kids. Impress me with smart. I don't care about your dancing. I don't care how good you catch a basketball. I mean football. I don't care how good you dribble. I don't care if you can dunk. Man, impress me. You want to impress me? Show me some intelligence
Hmm.
because that's something I can invest in.
Right. Where your mind at?
Yeah, 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 for real.
yeah, utilizing it. That's and reading and remembering what you read and learning from it and clinging
Reading
on to it.
comprehension.
Knowledge is so at your fingertips today. Uh, uh, was you can't it's a lot of things you can't fault nobody. There's so many things you can learn, so many things by sitting at home with the knowledge on these new phones, these computers, just at your fingertips. You can YouTube it. You know, it'll walk you through it in a movie picture. A, B, C, D, connect the female to the male. I mean, whatever it is, they'll walk you. You can, you know, it's almost like if you mastering the right thing that you're trying to do in life, it supersedes the education,
Hmm.
the degree when you're being your own boss. You don't have to get that master's degree to be rich or to be successful. You can master what your thing is and turn it around. Like I say to people at work, why can't we do what we do for this company? Why can't we do it for ourselves? Why can't we be our own boss, sell medical care ourselves
Oh,
away
you a
from one
troublemaker. We got to get rid of him.
another?
Right,
They
right,
gonna,
right.
you a troublemaker.
You trying to
We got
cut
to get
into the
rid of you.
money.
You said what? And they got their recorder right there while you in the lunchroom talking. Next thing you know,
But I'm just
they,
saying,
hold up,
we got to. That's what we got to do.
but because hold on, but can't you hold on? You say why? Hold on, that was the key thing. You said why can't we do for ourselves
Yeah,
what
yeah.
what
Instead
we
of do
doing
for
do it for
them.
them? You know,
Yeah,
which makes perfectly good sense. Any sane mind would say, "Ding!" You know, man, you got something you on to something. Keep
right,
talking.
right.
They like, no, he's a troublemaker. He got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get rid of him. Matter
Yeah,
of fact,
Yeah,
before the
because he
break is over, they
cutting into the
calling you
money.
to the office. You did. They called you the
right.
human resources. You did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can't get rid of me because he got people laying in the bed with their car light on saying there's Calvin here today.
Okay, that's right, oh man. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I walk into a room and a person's laying on their back, they vulnerable. They looking for someone that can tell them and inspire them to from being weak and sore, inspire them to be strong and let's exercise and do something that you haven't been able to do. And it's gonna be painful for you to do it, but it's gonna benefit you if you do as I ask and I show you as I do. Then you'll get to where you're going. You know what I'm saying? You have to put one foot in front of the other. They call it therapy. You know what I'm saying? And you steal someone's soul and ignite them. You know that's something that they can't teach me. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we can utilize on our own. You can market that for yourself. Is what I'm saying is that. And when I speak to somebody like that, I get the same result as you just said. He's trouble. And that's just like the old term. Just feel brother come up and tell the house brother we should run away, and he'd be like, "This good place."
Where
Hey, he
where he
be
say
no.
master good to
Yeah,
us. You know what I mean? He good to us,
he
master.
can leave this here place.
Yeah,
Right.
Like he be like, when you say you're taking off, he gonna go tell.
He
right,
gonna go
right.
back and tell on you. Hey, boss, Willie talking about cutting out tonight, round 7.
Say bully.
Mm-hmm.
Soon sun go down. You hear me, man? I was gonna be with you.
Right, right.
Yep.
We'll get him. Hey, look here, man. But we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up for the night, man. You know, it's been
Okay.
fun. I
Yes, sir. It's
enjoyed
been a
the
great time.
dialogue
Yeah, that's
as
for
well as
sure,
this
man.
conversation. You know, it's
Yeah.
been a beautiful thing. Now, for my
It's
guests
always a
again,
pleasure.
I appreciate having y'all. You know what I mean. Hopefully, y'all can get back down there and mess with
Yeah,
me.
appreciate it,
We can
man.
get back online. And I want to thank Out of the Mud Media LLC. You know what I mean, for doing what they do. Please like, please subscribe. You know what I mean, and we'll be here next week with more lessons with Larry. Have a nice evening. Take care and stop and check yourself about using that word. Or I tell you what, just count how many times you use it without you knowing, and it
Mhm.
may surprise you. That may help for real. Well, take
Helping me
care.
out already. I'm in recovery. Right on.
And just know everybody don't appreciate that word.
Facts.
For real. You got people that really, just know better. We know better, and if we know better, you supposed to what?
Do better.
Y'all said it, so I didn't have to. All right. Well, look here. Well, we're gonna sign off. You know what I mean. See you next week. It's been fun. We got to run. You know what I
Yep.
mean. And over and out.
Over and out. Take care.